Hello and thanks for tuning in. I am that nerd dad, Joe Williamson. It is the interview show, and back for round 3 is CJ at that mom, though. I love talking to CJ. She is such a delight. So we'll get right into it. We're going to talk Rihanna's freezing baby. We're going to talk, do you wash your clothes before you buy or after you buy them? Or are you the type of person who just takes some shit right off the rack, put it on in the store, and walk the fuck out? I don't know why I'm so sweary this morning, but I am. This is where I always ask you to do one thing only. Hit subscribe or follow. Tell a friend. This is the part where I beg and plead for a little bit of action. This show is our show, man. This is the parenting show. We're out there right now. We talk to parents about their unique situations and get the lowdown, so that way when you have to make a tough decision, it doesn't feel so bad. So, if you're watching on YouTube, if you're listening somewhere, there's probably a subscribe or follow button. Please hit that. There's a 5-star or thumbs up option. Give it one of those. And in the comments, tell me you love me, tell me you hate me. Either way, I don't care. All helps with my engagement. I will say, the part when we talk about the clothing, I want to hear from you. Do you wash your clothes before you wear them? Here's CJ. As promised, my guest today is CJ at that mom, though. You recognize her from Huffington Post and BuzzFeed and Today's Parent and all of the funniest tweets of parents lists that they steal from them. That's where you recognize her from. She's also been here twice before. This is her third time. She's still nervous for some stupid reason, but she is. She told me she's feeling punchy this morning. I don't know what that means. Hello, CJ. Thanks for coming back.
Hello. It's good to be here again. Is that
From
an
the comfort
American
of your
term?
living room?
I'm in the workout office.
The workout office. Does
There's
anyone
no
actually work out
desk.
in that room?
My husband, he's very diligent. I don't.
Is he?
Mm-hmm.
I can't do it from home. I was really diligent when I was in the office. I can't do it from home.
He has always worked out from home. He's never not. So it works for him. I was getting up in the morning when I couldn't sleep. And I can sleep very well now. And so I don't work out. It's the
Uh,
trade-off.
the last time we spoke, your whole household was kind of in flux. You were in the process of a move. How's that all going?
Well, we moved in June out of state, and it was okay. I mean, it was a rough transition, and now we're going to move again. It's fun. We just bought a house.
Congratulations.
Finally, thank you. That was not fun. It's not a good time to buy a house if you don't need a house. But our offer was accepted and everything was finalized the day before yesterday.
Now,
Uh,
I'm in Toronto, and the housing market
mhm,
is insane.
mhm,
My wife has kind of been casually looking for a house. I've had to keep myself out of it because they're going for $100,000-$200,000 over
mhm,
asking price, and I will go drive myself fucking crazy in that process if I get involved.
mhm.
So I'm staying out of it. I'm kind of at the
Yeah,
point where I'm like, just tell me when we're moving. Tell me the move date, and I'll be there. I'll help move a
yes.
box or something. Uh, what area are you in, and what's the market like there?
We're in Metro Detroit, and pretty much the same story, maybe not as bad, but we were putting in offers anywhere between $40,000 and $60,000 over asking, and waiving pretty much everything except inspection. And we were getting close. We were always second best offer. We actually were the highest offer on the house that we really wanted, but we were underbid by $30,000, but by all cash.
Ooh.
And the people wanted the money 2 weeks sooner. I think it was 11 days. You get the cash offered 11 days sooner, and they wanted it. over our 30 grand. I was like, it's still money. I don't understand. It's still $30,000 that you would have gotten from us more than them. But they wanted the cash. So
They just like the idea of having it in a briefcase. No,
I
just
guess
like
just
walking
toss it
around.
around. Yeah. It's like, I still think it comes in a check, but okay.
Like, no, you said cash. Where is the briefcase full of
Right.
hundreds?
The dollar bills. So it was very frustrating. And this house was kind of overpriced, so we didn't go that much higher over asking. And they said yes, and so we were excited, and it's exciting.
Awesome. Yeah,
Yeah.
the idea of waiving all of your rights away, it's basically the same thing in Toronto right now. It's insane.
Hmm.
It's terrifying too. Because like
Yes.
even within our house, there's at least two things that I know I have been ignoring and praying I never have to deal with. But now that I know everyone's waiving inspections, it's like, do I fix it or do I just say fuck it?
I
Like,
don't recommend waiving the inspection. We did not, and we found that the roof is leaking all over this
oh
house.
shit.
And I am so glad, because this house was at the maximum of our budget. And finding out that this roof was falling apart, we went back at them and said, look, we need some money. Which is not something you do in this market, but we were going to have to walk away. We said, look, if they're going to say no, which we were prepared for them to say no, because this market is that insane.
Yeah.
They would have probably taken their chances, and they were about to, but we said the only thing that I think helped us was that they would have had to disclose the water. And that was our only fighting point, is you're going to have to tell people now that there's water in your roof. So give us money or good luck. And they said yes.
You just batted your eyelashes and said, pretty please.
Oh yeah, my agent did anyway. So
How are your
it
kids?
worked.
How are they
They're
adjusting to
doing
the idea of
well.
moving again?
My son's reaction was like, "Does that mean we don't have to go to any more house showings?" Yes, that's all they care about. They don't really understand that this means home, finally, a permanent home after the last year of unsteadiness in our lives, moving across the country, and all the turmoil and unknowing, unstableness, I guess is the word. But to have a home, and it's got a lot of space, and I think we'll be really happy there. And we're still close to my parents, which is the point. Um, so I think it'll be good, but they don't appreciate any of that. But there are little kids on either side of us, and we've been missing that in our current neighborhood.
Okay.
And I can't wait to be in a neighborhood again with children, where they can just run around and we can just let them loose and play with the neighbor kids, because there's nobody around us now. It's a lot of older couples where we are, and they just play amongst themselves and fight all the time. So I'm ready for them to have little friends again.
You need that extra like divider. You need another referee in there. Um,
Yes,
are you the type of person who will get to know the neighbors? Will you get to know the neighbors?
sort of.
Okay.
I like to kind of know who's around. I At our last house, we knew all the houses around us. I knew who was there. We would talk if we were outside. We weren't buddies, but I knew that we could go over there if we needed something. They would watch our cat when we were out of town,
Oh,
that sort of thing. I mean, two of them had the garage code and that sort of stuff. So it's nice to know your neighbors and trust them. That was the only neighborhood that we had that, but it felt good, um, because they would say, "Hey, there's a truck parked in your garage. Is everything okay?" And so people would check on
I,
you. It's nice.
I've occasionally gotten the text message from the guy across the street. Hey, Joe, you forgot to close your garage again. Because
Yes.
you leave it open, you press the button, you forget about it,
Right.
and yeah,
Yeah, all night
you,
long. And well, I recently here had my trunk open, because I can do it from my key fob. And I carried in a bunch of stuff, and I'm like, oh, I'll hit that from the house. And I never did. Nobody told me my battery died.
oh no,
And
over that stupid trunk light.
mhm, damn it. So it would have been nice had a neighbor popped over and said, "Hey, it's been like 6 hours. Do you want to close your trunk?" Um, so yeah, it would have been nice. But
Nice.
yeah, I think I'll try, and especially if they have kids, just kind of pop over and introduce myself, and especially since it'll be permanent home,
You gonna bake
hopefully.
cookies? Hey, we're new to
Oh
the
yeah,
neighborhood.
yeah. I'm a good baker, so I'll probably make some treats and win
I
them
was actually
over.
being sarcastic. You're actually going to do that?
I probably will. I'm that guy.
See, my brain would be like the new neighbor's weird. I
Yeah.
she brought me cookies. I don't know what's in these things. I'm not eating them.
Right. It's COVID time still.
I'm
Don't
not
eat
eating these things.
these.
COVID still exists in America. That's good.
To some of us. To some of us.
It still exists very much in my neck of the woods. Although this week we officially dropped the mask mandates, and still
Hmm.
like 80% of us are wearing masks because the politicians are idiots. So they're like, "Yeah, go
Yeah.
without a mask," and everyone's like, "That's a bad idea."
Right. Yeah. It's sometimes I go to the store and well, I had a cold the last week and a half, and I was like, I'm gonna put my mask on because if I start hacking up a lung, people aren't gonna appreciate this. And you can't just say it's just a cold, be that guy. So I wore mine. I was coughing here and there. It's like I'm just gonna do this for everybody. Um, I'm surprised at the majority actually that are still wearing masks.
Good.
So and my kids, it's mask optional in school, but they had sniffles here and there. We did test them both, and they were negative. But it's like, okay, just wear your mask. Spring break is upon us. Starts tomorrow, and I'm afraid that everybody is going to Florida and will bring something back. So I don't know what to do with my children at this point. They say it doesn't transmit in schools like they thought. So I don't know what to do.
That feels like I like I'm that feels like bullshit, doesn't it?
Hmm.
They tell everyone else to stay away from close quarters and close contact, but for some reason in schools are immune to it.
Right. It's like I don't know the science. I know they're still studying it and the science changes, but as a parent, like I don't know what to do.
Well, none of us do,
So,
and we would hope
right.
that the politicians and the leadership would guide us, but eh, it's starting to all feel kind of like, hey, if we don't take masks away, we're not going to get reelected, and I'm starting to feel like that's the motivating force.
It is midterm, and yeah, so I notice a lot of things are getting lax and trying to appease everybody. So we'll see. Just trying to make it.
Have your kids been good about wearing the mask at school?
Yeah, they don't seem bothered by it. They get
Good.
breaks, so they upped their recess times at the beginning of the school year. So
That's a smart
my
idea.
yeah, my kindergartner, she gets three long recess breaks, snack breaks, outdoors. My son gets two. He's in third grade, so he gets two plus lunch. So there's 3 and 4 times where they're without them for at least 15 minutes in a short, day. And then the before and after school program, they don't have them for very long because they get snack breaks there too, and that sort of thing. So it's not like they're taped to their face from 8 to 4, like some people will have you believe. So they're good about it. And,
Are they good about it because their friends are good about it?
I asked them because it became optional quite a few weeks ago. And I said, "Are your friends wearing them?" And they said, "Well, this one does, this one doesn't." So it's kind of a mixed bag of who's wearing them and who isn't. And
That's good.
they didn't beg to not wear them or wear them either way. I mean, they didn't seem bothered by it.
That's good. It really is. It's one of those early phases of independence and in leadership, right? To not bow to the
Hmm.
peer pressure or not feel like you have to do something. Um, I think it's a good indicator for the future. I have one kid uh, who doesn't give a shit about anything. My older one is like he's gonna do his thing no matter what, and it
Hmm.
doesn't matter. Like my younger one will probably give into peer pressure, but my older one doesn't give two shits what you think about him
All
at
right.
all.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
I'm gonna pivot here. I want to
All
talk to you
right.
about some. I want to talk to you about an article I read. and saw. And the headline is, "Why experts recommend washing your new clothes before wearing them."
Why do they recommend that? Do
Um,
I need to know?
have you ever bought a new piece of clothing,
Mhm.
shirt or something, uh, and not washed it before you wore it?
I'm gonna be grossed out. Uh, so I definitely wash underwear.
That's, I would hope. Yep.
Other than that,
You don't wash it
prob
before you put it on?
it's like you're gonna take a shower anyway.
CJ,
Don't be grossed out.
I had this conversation going a different way. I thought we would shit on people who don't wash their clothes before they wear them. You're one of
Uh,
those people.
so I generally wash my children's clothing. I don't know. I have just different standards for my children than myself because I'm
I
a
think we all
garbage
do.
human, I
Yeah.
guess. Uh, but I'm trying to think. Yeah, generally,
So you get home
I
from
think my
Target or
husband.
Walmart, you got the new shirt,
Yeah,
got
I
the new
pretty much like
pants.
rip the tags off and like, oh, these are so comfortable, and then I just wear them. Like, maybe because I'm like in healthcare and I'm inside, like I do home care, and I'm like in people's like disgusting homes, and I sit on their floors. Like in just, and I used to work in a hospital. I'm like, you can't get more gross than that. So putting on a Target shirt seems so benign to me.
I don't think I've done that since I was like in my early 20s. Because I can remember going to Walmart or something and being
Yeah,
finding like a cool T-shirt, and I'm like, oh, that's awesome. And I remember
yeah,
buying it and then like leaving the store and switching my shirt in the parking lot because I got a new
yeah.
cool shirt. I don't think I've done that since I've been like 25 or older. Everything gets washed now.
My husband washes everything before he wears them.
Okay, so you're not one of. So what we're gonna do
You
is
want to talk to
I'm
him?
like bring him in so he can dunk on you and be like, she's disgusting.
Yeah, he would say, he would probably call me lazy. It's probably what he would
It's
say.
more laziness than anything else.
And impatient. I just love, because 90% of what I buy is comfort. I'll buy a little, sweatshirt, sweatpants, whatever. I don't buy anything fancy anymore, so it's all like, look at these Gap sweatpants, and
Gap sweatpants, fancy.
or can I plug a brand on here that's not paying either of us?
Go for it.
Um,
No one's gonna
Seth
watch this, so
Rogen.
go for
They're
it.
paying Seth Rogen because my husband, he'll buy anything that he hears on a podcast. By the way, Viore sweatpants.
Never heard of them.
Holy cow! They're joggers and they're like butter. And I actually tagged them on Twitter. I was like, no, okay. They liked my tweet about them. They're very soft. Holy cow! So
Viore?
yeah, it's
Never heard of them. Do they do anything other than
VUORII.
pants?
I think so. I don't know. I just have two pairs of the jog. I'm wearing them right now. They're so
Okay.
soft.
I will Google it later. I've never heard of them, so
Yeah,
I'm clearly not hip enough for their brand.
no. But they
I'm,
arrived. I wore them. I didn't take them off.
I'm literally gonna write this down. This is fascinating podcast. Viore.
We're
Okay.
learning.
All right. The last thing I want to talk about is Rihanna, because
Yes.
this baby's fucking freezing.
Yes. The baby
Like
is cold.
so, this was the announcement photo with $sign AP Rocky. Have you ever listened to an ASAP Rocky song? Because I don't know if I have.
If it was by accident.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't. So
Yeah.
so here was the formal announcement. She looked
Mm-hmm.
great. He chose his best black leather pants and boots for the
Mm-hmm.
photo. She picked jeans that needed to be hemmed because they're
Yeah.
dragging on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
But baby is out. Here she is. She forgot she was going to an award show. Nope, wrong one. Is that the one? She forgot she was going to an award show and just wore underwear and a bra. Baby's freezing.
Baby is cold.
Baby's cold. another award show, Baby's Cold.
Mm-hmm.
She was out running some errands. The
Baby's
zipper the
cold.
zipper doesn't go all the way down. Baby's cold. I don't
Mm-hmm.
understand that. I get, look, she's Rihanna. She's a fashion
Mm-hmm.
icon.
Right.
She's a billionaire. She can do whatever the fuck she wants.
Mm-hmm.
Baby looks cold to me.
Right. Here's the other thing. Maternity clothes are expensive. She probably just doesn't want to invest in a maternity dress when she's not going to wear it again. So she's just letting that belly hang out. Screw
You,
it.
you think a billionaire is worried about that?
Do you know that I got trolled about my Tom Brady tweet not affording retirement? So yeah, I'm not
What do
gonna
you mean you
make
got
more.
trolled over that? I want to hear the details here. And then we'll go back to Rihanna.
Okay. Well, I tweeted it's bad that, what did I say? Tom Brady can't afford retirement. Because gas and groceries are expensive. That's what I put on Instagram. And
Hilarious. Yes.
somebody's like, yeah, I mean, like people liked it. Whatever. It's not my greatest joke, but people liked it. And this guy was like, "This is a terrible joke." And I said, "Well, somebody liked it. You didn't. That's fine. Good for you." He goes, "It's not funny because Tom Brady's rich." I'm like, "All right. Well, the point is, even he's so rich, but he can't afford gas. Get it? It's funny. It's sarcastic." And he's like, "But the point is, he's wealthy." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's the point."
You had multiple interactions with this knucklehead?
Oh, I did not hesitate to keep talking to him because I think it built up my interactions. My likes kept going up, and I'm like, "Keep talking, dude. It's just bringing more attention to my post."
I sometimes feel like when I'm dealing with a troll, I'm
Hmm.
saving the world from having to interact with that person.
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
everyone,
they
he's
just
focused on me for a few minutes. Everyone go
right.
about your lives.
You're welcome. No, it was just amusing to me, and I'm like, I'm sorry you don't understand humor. It was very strange. Anyway, back to Rihanna. No, I
So, 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 so you think this top
because she could
costs,
wear that after. That
but
might
you
be
think
her.
that costs less than a maternity dress? Because I'll bet that top costs more than my house.
Probably. You know, I wanted to show off my bump as soon as because I was a little chunky when I got pregnant because I was like depression eating because I couldn't get pregnant right away.
Okay.
So I was a little chunky. And then as soon as I was like, "Ooh, that's not regular belly fat, that's a baby." I was like pushing it out. I'm like, "Look at me, I'm pregnant, not fat." So she's got it. She should flaunt it. I'm all for it. Let it hang out. That baby's warm. There's a lot of layers in there.
That baby is freezing. That baby is freezing. I'm sorry. This baby is cold. I'm cold looking at her because
But it is funny.
my
That
gut is
last one was
twice that
funny
big,
too.
and if I walked out like that, I would be freezing. They'd also call the
But all
police
the
on me,
blood,
but I would be cold.
well, indecent exposure. But
There's
that
nothing
last one was
indecent
really
about my
funny.
belly.
Every time we get to this point in the conversation where I have to put my foot in my mouth,
Why?
I don't know.
You're like, talk to you for 22 minutes? That's enough.
Right. That's all I got, man.
No, come on. But you'll send out 25 hilarious tweets today.
I would, yeah, it depends. How busy am I? I don't know.
Clearly not that busy. You made time for me. I want to end on this.
Yes.
Your tweets. And it just came to me. Do you be honest, is there a strategy to like when you deploy them? Do you have a draft folder? Or is everything kind of off the cuff and before I forget it, I'm gonna send it to the world?
Hmm. I don't draft. Once in a while I do. If I'm on the fly and I can't, I know I won't ever remember. So that's a mistake I've made in the past. So if my kid says something funny or if I think of something, I'm like, I got to tweet that later. Nope, that's a mistake because you won't remember it later. So I'll write 3 words, blah, blah, blah. And then I'll have to write the tweet later because my memory is I'm like a goldfish. So that's kind of the only drafting I'll do, but I'll write it like 5 minutes later when I have a minute. But I'll write everything off the cuff, hit send, because I've learned there is no good time to write a tweet. My viral tweets have hit at every hour of every day. I don't have that many, but it doesn't
Don't be
seem to
humble.
matter.
Don't be humble. That's bullshit.
I have a few that are in the few thousand, but I have not that many over 10,000, which is technically viral. But I did get recently approached by a parenting website. Nothing is, I haven't been published yet, so I won't say anything yet, but to write articles. So I'm getting excited about that because that is something that is new. That I assume has come from Twitter or Instagram. They approached me about it, and I'm super excited about that. So that'll be coming soon.
Why the hell didn't you lead with that?
I don't know. I just thought of it. I was like, I never told him about that.
That's amazing. That's like breaking news. I'm going to clip the shit out of that. That's amazing.
I know. So be on the lookout. I'll share it once it's actually published, but I'm working on that and hopefully coming soon to a website near you. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Her name is CJ. She is at that mom though. Follow her on Instagram and Twitter. I'm almost at another platform that I don't think you're on. Also,
I just joined that one.
Also,
regretfully.
Your TikTok regarding the ripeness of an avocado. I find that shit compelling, and I will watch that over and over again. So keep that series going.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for joining me again.
Thanks for having me.
Let's hit end record. Isn't she a delight? She's just one of the best people to talk to. I almost feel like I want to call her a friend. I just don't want to impose on my relationship with her. But 3 conversations and Twitter interaction. I know a little bit about her life. I know as much about her life as I do some of my closest friends. So I'm gonna go friend. We're friends now, CJ. Sorry. Also, fantastic news that she just kind of randomly drops at the end. Hey, just so you know, I might be writing. Okay. Getting fancy now, are we? So that's good for her. I can't wait to have her back on when her first article is up, wherever it's going to be. It was very hush-hush. Very secretive. She probably doesn't want to jinx it. I don't blame her. That's it. Thank you, of course, to DeanBlundell.com. DeanBlundell.com, home of Canada's #1 podcast network. Monday to Friday, 3-ish. Him and Lachlan Cross. Also, how great was Lachlan Cross's interview a couple weeks ago? Man, he was super candid. For a guy whose kind of persona is an old curmudgeon, he was a big softy. That's it. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Hit subscribe. Hit follow. Tell a friend. 5 stars. Tell an enemy. Yada, yada, yada.
Thanks for listening.
Damn.